Welcome back to the video. This is a part 2 on my reef quarantine tank for the corals. I didn't have much time last month to test the water a lot, and I tinkered quite a bit with the tank, so some corals are really unhappy. I bought a lot of new corals. I got some for free, and yeah, some aren't too happy. I have Acropora spatulata, which I could have guessed wouldn't be too happy in this tank. Luckily, I have some news about the big tank that might be happening in the near future. They're gonna work on the floor now, so then I just have to fix the walls and then move the tank in, and then we can get that started. I'm gonna show you the tank right now, and I'm gonna talk about what's happening and stuff. So I literally have no idea what I said in the last video, but I'm trying to do a 15% water change weekly. I bought a Tunzi wave box and a Tunzi stream filter to keep the water clear instead of the powder filter I was using. It worked, but it was a hassle at times, and this is easier. I can just drop the filter floss in. If you look, there is a Tunzi osmolator that I got from back in the day that I implemented right there. I wouldn't say it works perfectly, but it works, so it's fine. Right here you can see the old skeleton of the spatulata. I already fragged it once. Then you have the first frag right here and the second one right there. So after my busy week, I saw that spatulata was bleaching, like the biggest frag. I tested the water and my salinity was low, and my KH, my DKH was also low. Yeah, I dosed some kalkwasser and some alpha reef because I quit that. My DKH was too high at a certain point. Then I quit, and then I stopped testing because it was too busy. And yeah, and now the spatulata died. He's not dead yet. I'm gonna frag him up a little bit in the future, I think right after this video. Same with this acro right here. Well, it's brown now, but it used to be purple. And as you can see, I accidentally broke off a piece a week or two ago, and this is getting more purpler. Maybe it's not getting through on the video, but it's like this tip on the right is a little bit how the color should be, but way more purple. So yeah, I don't try to focus too much on color because I have some amazing looking corals. But I try to get them through the quarantine process at least. And you can see he's bleaching, so I'm gonna frag him up as well, and we're gonna do our best to keep at least a piece of it alive until it gets into the big tank. I thought having a tank without fish would be the easiest. It's not hard, but it's definitely not the easiest. Certainly because I don't have a skimmer. I think if I would have a skimmer, it would be a little bit more easy because I could dose amino acids more frequently, which I also quit. I sometimes dose like a little bit when I see the corals getting pale, but I think for now I'm fine. Thinking about doing a second water change this week, because this one was also getting very brown, and now he's back to his greenish hue with the blue tips. Alright, you don't see the blue tips that well. Maybe you hear it in the background, but I now also have a air conditioner right here because I also lost two very nice pieces to heat. We're in the roof right now of the house, something you might not know. And yeah, if the sun is on the roof, it gets hot in here, and I think those two weren't too happy, and then with the heat they just blooped out. But as you can see, my millies are still alive. Their coral color isn't amazing, but they're still there. This is an echinata, I think. The seller wasn't sure, but I'm pretty sure it's an echinata. It's a little bit bleached down at the bottom, but I think that's because it doesn't have enough light there. But it looks happy for the rest. I'm gonna focus on it and you can see the polyp extension. There has been better polyp extension, but with me raising the DKH right now on a slow basis, it's not too happy, but at least there's still polyp extension. This is also a new piece, I think. It's very nice tabling acro. And then in the middle there is also this staghorn, green bluish, very big piece, which is doing fine. Also got this hydronophora, Pavona cactus, and some blue monty, which is doing okay. Might frag that up as well in the future. For right now, just trying to keep everything alive. There we have our red monty, still happy, but I find it a little bit more fluorescent today than other times, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm gonna change positions of the tank here. Yeah, so right there you can see looks great. I also tinkered with the light, so it's a little bit more blue now. I think it was too white, certainly for getting the corals colored up right. I think it's at 14,000 kelvins right now. This Stylophora is also doing quite well. It bleached a little, but it grew back when I cut down on the amino acids. So I'm gonna be very careful with those amino acids. Try to not overdo it. This acro is also quite happy. This is called a Grizzly Adams. It's a really tiny frag right now. And then the Hystrix has also grown quite a lot in the month and a half it's been here. This is called a Montipora King Kong. I don't know if it translates well, but it's light greenish yellow, and because of the yellow tints, it attracted me. Quite nice polyps as well. This is new Stylophora. It's pinkish. It has a pinkish skin with green polyps. I'm very excited to see how that looks in the future. Then Montipora Rainbow I had last video as well. It browned out a little, I mean like the base flesh, and now it's getting back to its bluish greenish tints. It looks quite nice. The LPS is a little less happy. Now there are less amino acids. I also put some of my leathers from my parents' tank in this tank. Just because there are some flatworms, planaria in that tank, and most of the corals aren't too happy right there. Then this was a green Montipora, which was next to the Hystrix, but it was too much light, I think, and the polyps didn't open up anymore, lost its color. I put him down here, and now his color is coming back. So I believe it doesn't like a lot of light. So it's good that it's at the bottom now and it's getting its polyps back, and the color will join back as well. I just have to give it time. Then this Platychira I got it at a very good price. It's a frag from somebody's tank. It got a little bit darker in color, at least the reddish flesh, but it still looks amazing. Then this is red varieties, very well known coral, looks very nice, very burgundy red. This is a bird's nest, was here back in the last video, looks amazing, and it grows well. Then these two, I forgot the name, doesn't matter, they're alive and kicking, and they are very slowly growing, but they're growing, and that's the most important part. So yeah, I'm gonna frag up the corals that aren't doing too great. I might move the staghorn up a little, and I plan on not getting too much new corals in the future because of the big tank. It's gonna take a lot of my attention, so I'm just gonna try to keep this stuff alive, escape the new tank, and then transfer them as fast as possible to the new tank. Maybe cycle the new tank a little, because I just threw corals in here the second day it was running. It wasn't the smartest plan. It worked, definitely worked, but might have not been the smartest plan. You can see from the rocks that they're also doing quite good actually. There is some coralline algae growing on the rocks. Most of it is growing on this Jabo SOE tree. There are a lot of algae on the rocks, but I have a great cleanup crew as well. My turbos in my other tank bred, so I put some in here. And there are a lot of copepods. I think that's thanks to the fact that there is no skimmer in the tank, so it has its benefits. But yeah, either I'm gonna do bigger water changes in the future, or I'm gonna put a small skimmer on this tank in the future when it's all empty. Like, I mean, I'm gonna put all the corals in the big tank, and then I might rescape a little and put a skimmer in, because as you can see, the wave box and the streamline filter take a lot of place. It's a small tank, and I didn't really plan on putting those in. I'm really happy with the wave box. It has the silent feed options. They work, they're amazing, but you have to put those on because otherwise it's way too noisy. Funny thing is, if you're downstairs from the aquarium, you can hear it knocking the waves around in the back and on the tank. But that's an amazing filter. I do recommend if you want something like standing wave. I'm gonna kill the SOE trees for a second. So they're in feed mode right now. And now you can see what the wave box does. You could make bigger waves, but I'm trying to keep the corals alive, not kill them. It's a very tiny tank, so I don't want to overdo it. This pump is rated for 150 liters to 800, and this tank is only 100 liters, so I think it might be already a little heavy for some of the things in the tank and the tank itself. Certainly because the tank is not braced, I don't want to overdo it. But you can see from the letters that there is quite a nice wave action in there. So yeah, this was the update on the tank. Hopefully not a lot of corals die. Was shitty. Lost 2 acros. Of course, it were the acros, no Monty or anything else. those are doing fine. So yeah, I want to be real about everything that happens. I don't want to lie. So still using the Tropic Marin Pro Salt. I'm quite happy with that. No problems, mixes well. I just have to do my maintenance more frequently, I guess. So yeah, see you in the next video. I'm gonna try to make more frequent updates, but I tend to forget. It's not really my job to make videos anyway, so hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one.